Welcome back, everybody, into the hall. We are live here, coming from wonderful Seattle. I am Toby1.
I'm Wagamama.
And we are here now for game number 2 of the winners bracket quarterfinal matchup. The Malaysian Orange going up against the Ukrainian Na'Vi. We have got, well, a second game in a position which I don't think anybody before we started off this playoff would have said, you know what, yeah, we're going to second game with Na'Vi being down a game.
Well, I don't know, man. Some people would, I mean, most fans, of course, cheering for Na'Vi, but Orange, they played so amazing there, and you can't take anything away from that.
Oh, no.
And they already head into a draft, picking up a Nature's Prophet in this game as well. We saw how much they could use that hero. He wasn't even down there on the offlane too much, just helped out in the fights, and we saw him make such a big impact throughout the entire game.
Yeah. I also want to point out, too, I know the panel were talking about it, too, the Visage. The Visage and his nuke damage, he wasn't focused in the last game. Puppy says, I don't want to focus him. This game, I'll just ban him out in the first two. So take out the Batrider, take out the Visage. Darkseer, again, the other ban from Mushi, he's not letting it through. And that Wisp will again be banned out against Na'Vi. But we get Lifestealer up for Na'Vi. One of their most played heroes in the past. We see him in multiple different roles. We've even seen him jungle by Puppy. We've seen him off lane by Funnick. We see a Vorst on the hard carry of him.
Of course, yes.
It's an all-purpose kind of hero, and that also means they can go their combo style heroes. Bruno was almost basically on his knees begging for a Queen of Pain. You put a Queen of Pain, a Lifestealer inside, bada bing, bada boom, boof boof, and then you basically got all the damage to kill off anybody you want.
Of course, and it would also work equally good with a puck. And there we see something that Malk was touching on, that Chen. Not having Chen in the last game, it made it so hard for Na'Vi to just play out of it. They couldn't push. And of course, that was Mushi shutting it out in the second ban phase. So now picking it up really early, knowing that Dendi, he's very versatile. He can play more than just one hero on the mid. Yep. There is the Queen. I even believe that the DK works if you have a Chen and have the power to push through. It can definitely work. So I would fully agree that he needs to have a hero that he can play. It's just
5
they needed more oomph.
Yeah. Oomph is the word.
Oomph is good.
Oomph is the word, man.
Time.
And, well, I'm looking at this going, for Mushi, if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't have thought about that being the second
Orange's
pickup.
Turn to ban.
You had OD as well as Razor to choose from. You're going up against a Lifestealer, you want to get that lockdown, and you can see like Puppy's expression now. It's like, well, I knew I'd have to face up against this guy at one point of the tournament. We'll see what we can get up against him. Something that can control the Razor will be very, very good.
10 seconds
I was going to say
remaining.
Mushi's band's focus would have to look to the jumping heroes in the middle. Even if it could be a DK in the solo mid, he's got to take out the Storm, he's got to take out the Core. Anyone who's going to leap themselves into the engagement and also cause trouble for Nature's Prophet, they have to be removed right now.
I definitely agree. He needs to ban out these jumpers. Of course, Storm being the first ban, I wouldn't necessarily say that he has to ban out the Storm, but it is a lethal combo along with Lifestealer, even along with Chen. You can send back the Storm and then let him jump in. There's also a dangerous combo. And of course, there's also the puck available, so let's see where he's going to ban out for a second, but it should be Dennis Queen.
Puppy takes
Orange's
out the OD.
Turn to ban.
So it looks like the mid is the main focus of both these team captains. Who gets the upper hand here? We could even just find ourselves with both the puck and the Queen of Pain being banned out by each of the teams respectively.
We might. There are too many supporters to ban out them all, and we actually can't see him going.
Turn to ban.
Banning out that Rubik.
Yeah, so I think maybe just realize the Storm is the biggest threat to Nature's Prophet. He can't stop all the jumpers. He can't stop all the jumpers. It'll be a co-op, it could be whoever you want it to be, a puck or a co-op. You can't take them all out, so why just ban out one? Unless you're going to get like first pick. But that doesn't happen here. Puppy gets the ban and then gets the first pick going into the second stage. So whatever jumper hero he wants, he would be able to pick up, and then Orange be in a bad position for their mid. Yes. So at least both puck as well as the co-op there.
Something that might be going through the mind of Mushi banning out that Rubik might be that he wants a big hero. He might look towards something like Enigma, because he knows that there's a Chen on the enemy team. They don't want to pick it up that badly. It is a really good hero against Lifestealer. They might go into it. I don't know if Orange really feel like it, but banning out that Rubik, it allows you to pick these heroes. Because if Rubik is there, it's near impossible to play these heroes.
Yeah. Yeah. And Puppy felt it coming. You take out that Nagarolity, it'll be the setup for all those heroes. Yeah. But he's got to make a decision here. Then he doesn't look as confident about this. He might be feeling a little bit more confident once Puppy picks him an aggro hero. And until that point, he's got to wait it out. and see what Puppy wants. There's actually not, like, the only discussion I'm seeing inside the box is really between Kuro as well as Puppy.
Yeah, talking a little bit. And I like that it banned out the Naga Siren. It's not something that you give away. If you have Sprout and Ensnare, it's going to be way too easy for this Razor to just leech all the damage in Static Link. And we see Bane being
Oranges
picked up. Also a
turn to
hero
pick.
that they would not want to give away. Against Lifestealer and with Razor, it would be a strong hero for Mushi.
It's still a weird kind of pickup here again. Like last time I was looking at the team fight, it's like, yeah, it's going to be a team fight. And then it all became like Bane picked up and it forces you into this single focus kind of shut down that one person. Like, and like, even for Razor, you want to nightmare him so someone could run away? If you
10
feed script him, he's
seconds
already got the
remaining.
lockdown, you're still going to run away before he can come back and then try and damage him down.
5 seconds
It
remaining.
looks really much like block picks coming out from Puppy. Like banning out the Naga
Navi's
Siren,
turn to
picking
pick.
up, even just picking up the Bane there. But now Shadow Demon, it's a good supporter as any.
Yeah.
Very
And-
versatile, so gotta pick him up.
And the great synergy with the Razor too, even inside the disruption, the static link will still remain. So if you catch even one person out of position with the static link first and then to the disruption, you'll take, well, your maximum amount of damage to the disruption time.
Yes, definitely. And Puppy now with the choice, he has picked up
10
both his
seconds
supporters. He
remaining.
has his carry, most likely in this lifesteal. Could be off lane,
5
but he
seconds
needs to pick up
remaining.
a mid for sure, and he might want to pick up an off lane as well. Let's see what he heads into now.
Reserve time.
The choices are pretty well open for whatever he wants. Nothing's really been shut down, but I still want to know how they want to deal with this Razor. I'm not feeling Chen and Bane. They got a little lockdown. We're going to go with Funix Bounty Hunter now.
Orange's turn to
So that
pick.
does push a Force onto that Life Stealer. But I'm still looking at Orange with a Razor, with an SD. The only thing we're kind of missing from this, like, this huge-ass combo is having ourselves an Alchemist in the pool to also synergize with the SD. Let them almost run a dual lane in this mid.
They could just solo Alchemist mid is something that's doable, but they don't know what's mid. They don't know what Dandy is playing yet.
Yeah.
They're hiding Dandy's pick completely. Last game,
10
we saw a
seconds
totally
remaining.
different story coming out of Navi. They picked up core heroes very early, and that may
5
have punished them.
seconds
This time,
remaining.
hiding it.
Yeah.
They want to be the one to pick the better mid, but
Reserve
of course,
time.
something that you should know about Dota is that when you have Captain's Mode, the guy that has the first pick also has the last pick.
Navi's turn to ban.
Finally, the boys on the panel can be happy. The Sand King gets picked up for net. So we've got this roaming ganking combination now of SD as well as SK. And with the Prophet and the Razor, this could
10
be
seconds
so
remaining.
aggressive. This could almost be 3 guys straight down to that bottom lane.
5
Contest the
seconds
people down
remaining.
there, because you can have Chen inside the jungle at the very, very start, and SD and SK, they can cause
Reserve
absolute
time.
havoc with that Chen.
Yeah, they could. It's a really, really strong hero at just
In fact,
going in and crushing it.
there's the man that gets to play the SK
Yeah.
right on your screen right now.
Net himself.
He's like, thank you, but still, let's win.
Yeah.
If it be out of 2-0 Navi, I think Malaysia will be having a huge party. If that's the case.
And looking like it for Orange here, of course, Razor is a hero that can go mid, but they also want to pick up their mid hero. And as I said just previously, they have the first pick and the last pick. It's how it works nowadays. So they can sort of just wait and see what Navi want to put there. Of course, bans coming out first, but both teams should be looking to ban out what they don't want to play against mid.
Problem is, you want to ban those out. What would you ban out against? That you take out Cop, you take out Puck, and then all of a sudden you're sitting there going, well, I can't pick up everything. But maybe that's
10
also the way Poppy
seconds
wants to approach
remaining.
this.
It's situational.
In fact, takes out TA.
Yeah, exactly.
Orange's
a hero like that
turn
is
to
one of the
ban.
heroes that you can't play Puck against, for example.
Yep.
Just because it's simply too hard to play against TA's damage. Queen can play decently against it, but then you wouldn't know if Mushi would ban or remove that.
Yeah, but we've still got the 2 jump heroes left for Navi. So Puck
10
and
seconds
Quap
remaining.
both are left. So Mushi has a choice right now. Does he just want to go into this
5
Puck versus
seconds
Quap kind of
remaining.
thing? Or does he want to maybe just take out the Puck?
Pudge,
Takes out the Pudge.
that's some
Navi's
respect
turn to
there.
pick.
That's not a way to get the crowd on your side.
No, the crowd is not happy about it, but come on guys, they're scared. It's Dandy's Pudge.
This became a filler ban. This just became a filler ban. They want both the Puck and the Quap to get through and force them into this picking scenario. Banning out the Pudge just takes out the left wing kind of pick.
Puck.
And there's the Puck for Dendi.
Orange's turn to pick.
So they have a lot of good disable, but they're really relying on lifesteal to deal a lot of damage. Unless Bounty Hunter can get some good momentum in the early game, he's gonna be the only one to really target down the entire Orange and just right-click them.
They're still deciding this. Like, we're sitting over here on the side saying, well, it's quite obvious it should either be the puck or the quap, or well, puck and the quap. But it really looks like Orange have not made up their minds at all.
10 seconds remaining.
They're still thinking, and there may be some other option that they feel like
5
they could go
seconds
for.
remaining.
I'm not entirely sure what they want to pick with so many of the mid heroes being banned out. Now we see Batrider, Storm,
Reserve time.
Touch, OD, TA, a lot of focus on that mid. Could head into something like a DK just to add the push. It's possible with the Nature's Prophet that they have. More disable means even easier time for Racer to deal damage. And DK is not all that bad against the puck on the lane.
Okay, looks like they've made up their mind right now, and Beastmaster will be the selection here from Orange.
An even better stun.
Yeah.
And of course, a little bit better laner as well, I would say. Having those axes, being able to shove the lane, he can actually rune control against puck to an extent.
The only issue which could be coming out is that power of the Chen during the fight. Beastmaster was great, but you've still got that big global heal everywhere across the map. And Beastmaster wants to initiate, it might just be enough to help survive. Like, even Kuro is a very difficult hero to kill off. If he gets that Hand of God, he's got possibility for Nightmare, as well as Brain Sap. That's instant life straight back again. There's a lot of options there. Puck, a very slippery little sucker. It's going to be difficult to lock him down. Bounty's got his Invis Juke, and Bounty's also got that synergy up with the Life Stealer. We'll have to see when that level 6, when the Bounty comes up, as well as also when we see that Infest from the Life Stealer.
Yes. And also, it's not only about... Oh, we see very early TP awards.
Yes, we'll hear absolutely everything.
Yes.
1 minute 10. 1 minute 10 on the clock before the creep wave will start to spawn. Again, Ohio. He loves doing this. Got him down here, looking to shut down Chen. Straight from the get-go. But Puppy also prepared. 2 sentries in hand.
Yeah, of course. When you play Chen, you always have the option to buy just every single support item. Look at his inventory. He has sentries and 23 golds.
Yep.
That's not the start gold of Dota 2.
That's a man for the team.
Yeah.
Then again, none of it's been given to Dendi. He's with his own steam, but the Salve as well as the Tango got given to Funnick, and 550 gold left on Funnick.
30
they
seconds
really want him
battle.
to get that bottle quickly and be very, very fat in the top. Avos is already preparing up the pull-through points for Kuro, who'll be as that Bay on the bottom. And as far as Orange go, they got a defensive tri-lane. Mushi will be as the Razor, Extinct over on the Sand King, with Net onto the SD, and then KYXY solo mid, and Prophet is the last one played by Ohio. Roots already, and well, looks like he'll come into the easy farm spot.
Yeah, he's gonna start out farming that medium.
Double damage.
This is just so we can basically stack up this camp a little bit, and he'll take no damage. If he gets really lucky and he gets the double melee creeps, he'll be happy because Larry up here. He's even like, you see him backing himself up, so he won't actually stop the creep camp from spawning. That's if he's on that side of the line.
Yeah, there's some serious sabotage in the enemy jungle really, and we should see some movement.
This should be a really good lane for Dendi in the mid. He's up against the Beastmaster. Evading the axe is going to be the highest thing. And in fact, there you go, the axe already. Dendi hasn't leveled up a single ability yet. He's still waiting to see if he needs phase shift or if he needs the ult.
Brilliant last hitting so far by KYXY. Got every single last hit. Of course, he didn't get the deny. Only one creep died.
Funnick going to go on his little pulling spree. Net can't catch up to him. Not to do that disruption, even with that slow time. So Funnick's going to get some good experience from the very, very start. He won't cause too much imbalance with the lane though. When you got 2 heroes supporting on that safe lane on top, you get some free pull. But something we do see again, which Orange seems to be very willing to let happen, is Vorst free farming on bottom lane. Timing for Weaver wasn't quite right in the last game, but a Live Stealer, he hits hard a lot earlier on.
He does, and this hero, he can have very early face boots, armlet, even face boots drums. If you want to build a race car build, you can get really, really strong. And he is effective at just going in and bashing down. Of course, doesn't want to get caught too long in the static link, but if he gets enough items, he can even kill the racer before he loses too much damage.
It's like Ohio wants to get out of the jungle as quickly as possible, already onto that bottom lane. Must be expecting some kind of push to come from Na'Vi with Puppy. But Puppy needs a good creep for that. So far, he's just having to make do with what he's got. because both the camps on the west were blocked.
Yeah. And KYXY, I'm still really impressed by how good of a start he had against Dendy here on the mid.
Funnick and Net both move up to the top lane for the room, but there's going to be a haste rune on the bottom lane, and they'll get to go the way of Kuro.
Fear is swift.
Dire's
But
middle
Mushi-
tower is under
Actually,
attack.
This isn't really like the best thing that could ever happen to a Razor. You want someone to steal the damage from him so he can get the power.
Yeah, I mean, his push power is not very high.
Yep.
And Funnick is up here just looking around a little bit.
He's wanting to soak up as much of this experience as possible, but he also he understands the threat that SD and SK do pose.
Yeah.
So we can't move out past the tower. Consumables are one thing, but dying straight away is another, and that's a big push on top. He can't pull the aggro
Radiant
down,
structures
so they are
are
forced to
fortified.
fortify, and Kuro will actually come up here to see if he can take out the aggro. Maybe save
Radiant's
somebody.
top tower
Dire
is
Sentry would
under
already play
attack.
it deeper in, so now they go to the disruption. Net taking a little bit of damage here, and the Burrow strike through. The Nightmare is up right now, but Mushi stealing the damage off Funnick. He's got to walk away from that Sentry Ward, but they're using the static field to know where he is. He's still got the Impis. Sentry Ward again, they cannot reach him. Funnick will escape on the top lane.
Turned around and hit the tower once there. Mushi might have gotten him if he kept chasing, as he has boots himself as well. But he does
They
survive.
want this tower. They
Radiant's
so
top tower
want
is
this
under
tower.
attack.
Oh yeah, this tower is really important. They're already committed to it so much.
Looks like Funnick's looking for a courier snipe. Orange again will get to claim the tower. KYXY really close in here on Dendy. He's got 8 seconds till axes again. But he's got to be very careful. Funnick's behind him. And now you'll see the
Radiant's
bottle
top
come
tower
in.
is under
This is
attack.
dangerous for a courier.
Yep. If he
Radiant's
snipes
top
this
tower
bottle,
has
if he
fallen.
snipes bottle, there it is, and he's he's not fast enough. He's not fast enough though. Just the booties won't go.
He would have to stand a little bit more in position for that one.
Yep. He needed to hit on the way in and then instantly again on the way out. It would have been so close for him to get it.
Of course, KYXY did save the speed burst on the courier till the way back, so it was going pretty fast.
Regeneration.
Else it is a very easy kill.
Yeah.
Dire's
But
bottom
when you're
tower is
delivering
under attack.
the empty bottles anyway, you have to use the speed boost. Looks like now still with no first blood, Kuro wants to come back in here. There's no vision from Orange watching this. Like, it does seem as he gets a little bit closer, but that's the vision of Orange right there. They just don't see it. And, okay, if one person
Dire's
can't do
bottom
it, let's
tower
just
is
commit
under
two.
attack.
Yeah, that's some pretty evil courier hate.
Oh, it's already moved to user speed. Funnick starts attacking. They made us get this one. Chen with a nuke.
Wow,
Dendy,
low
he's got
proc.
orb in 1 second time, and maybe he can block him as he goes up this small ramp. The movement up, the orb won't hit. And Funnick doesn't have enough damage now to get that kill. Even with the Vorce in that bottom lane, there's 4 heroes that were chasing down one player. And KYXY has to use his TP scroll, but they're shutting down the mid solo now. Beastmaster 17 for nil, forced to use the TP to go back to base.
Yeah, they are. The experience is looking pretty good for Navi, but when you have a Chen full farming in the jungle like this, he gets really fast experience as well. And a lot of it is just
Round 2,
nice steering.
Net, middle lane, Funnick, already attacks hard, Dendy drops a dream call, nice disruption, he was expecting the orb from Dendy, but with the rip, Dendy gets the first blood, will orb himself through the Roshan opens up the can of whoopah, he's gonna hang in there, Funnick on the run again, he can't go Impis, there's not enough mana for it, and Mushi, he's TV'd up top of the battlefield, get the kill, Vorce wants to come in, he's got Infest available, but he's got to stay with the creep wave for this, and Kuro being body blocked up by these trees, he can't get himself away fast enough, Nightmare's up once, now he can run himself away, the trees took the aggro of the Nightmare away, TP's out, Platinfield damage, Kuro not out of time, Mushi, double kill on the bottom lane, worth the rotation now.
Nice body block coming out from Ohio as well, on top of a micro there. Just, Razor is so strong when he walks in like this. Even a free farm lifestealer can't really just walk in without being too careful.
And this is the reason why we love watching this international Dota. This level, these small plays that make
Radiant's bottom
huge
tower
plays.
is under attack.
3-1, Vorst, his bottom lane is under siege by the Master of Trees. He's about to have the Shadow Demon and the Beastmaster both rotate down. And they check over a little bit further to the side. I don't know if Vorst to catch a glimpse. No, it's nighttime. The vision's too restricted for him.
Yeah, nice little pulls there just with the treants, keeping the aggro off
Dire's
the tower.
middle tower is under attack.
Bottom tower gets to be taken by
Radiant's
Mushi. He's
bottom
getting a
tower
lot of
has
money, man.
fallen.
Are we going to be seeing this Aghanim's refresher orb?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think it will be a race car build, more likely. So look, if he's gonna pick up the drums, of course, Aghanims is the most entertaining item to see on Razor. It's really, really strong.
Surprise in store. Extinct already goes invis. A Force jumps out. They see him. Oh, very quick kill. They get another kill in this middle lane. It was Kuro with the brain sap that got the damage out at the end to take out the SK. But it's still 3-2 in favor of Orange, who are at this point 2 towers up as well.
It's a nice kill, but they can't really get anything with it. They can't get a push. They, of course, got the experience of gold from getting the kill, but normally you want to transition into a tower after getting an advantage like that, putting your enemies on the side mark. And we saw earlier the stats that Orange hasn't lost a game with Furion yet here at TI3, and I can really believe it when I saw last game. They played in a very nice manner.
It seems so cool, calm, and collective. Like, it doesn't really look like Orange is stressed at all. Like, we saw Na'Vi in between the games, just out the back of the side of the stage, and it really wasn't, I'm going to say, a pleasant conversation. It seemed like a conversation which was more along the lines of communicate would be the key word I would have taken from it. And right now, like, how do you communicate? 5-man in the middle taking our tower.
Yeah, this is some pressure being added, and with Buckler even being used by the Beastmaster, Mushi does have his drums ready. Behind, look for Kuroki.
He's got the invis, but there's no ulti. He can find Mushi a little bit further up looking for the 8-minute room, but Kuro already managed to snipe that one out. And Vorse and Denny will protect the mid, and in the meantime, Funnick is finding himself some experience, and this is really important.
Yeah.
That level 6 is now up on the Bounty Hunter.
And a lot of golds.
Yeah, that's 1,700 gold on him too.
Drums also bought up on the Lifestealer now, so pretty equal for farm, actually exactly equal for farm on Razor.
Orange going to try and make a play. They're going to attempt it while Na'Vi are getting themselves a little bit too deep in the river. They want to add aggro to that tower, but in they come through the rear. And Kuro with the invis rune. He reveals the smoke. Vorse, he can rage up. There's Nightmare on Mushi, taken off by ST. The roar already goes out. Denny will be the first one to die here in the middle lane. Vorse looks for more damage, but he's losing it all. He has to back up while that Aesthetic Link was on him, and they should be to catch out net. There's that track. Look at the movement speed. That's even without the phase boost. Chen Yu and Lifestealer will get the kill.
And that's a track kill. That's a big kill as well.
That's when you start saying you got a bounty out on the field, you're getting tracked, it's a 1-for-1 trade, but Na'Vi will get the advantage because of the bonus gold.
Yeah, every single time, and if this bounty hunter is allowed to get even more experience, he needs to get some kills now and really be up there and just claim it. But if he gets level 2 on that track, that's when it really starts becoming dangerous, giving twice as much to the allies as opposed to level 1.
Didn't really realize how low in levels Extinct is. This SK, his burrow strike is so short right now. Even if he wants to get himself inside the fight, he'll have to walk halfway in there.
We didn't really mention that as well. It's Extinct playing it. It's not Net.
True. Net's over on the Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
Funnick, free gold? Not free gold.
It's never free gold to kill. SD can put himself down.
If he has some
He
help,
is gonna try it though, I believe. Tendy's so close.
Even if it's just like an attack, a track, and a Shuri toss, that'll be enough. But he doesn't want to instantly just let them know that he's in the neighborhood. He wants him to look around. Ohio, nice grab. Of course, it's Quelling Blade, but there's no way. Maybe there is. Nightmare from Kuro. Ohio, double TP. He throws the ulti off. Already with the Infest being used. Destruction on Kuro. This is almost a 1-for-1 trade. Kuro into the tree line. Roared up. Burrow strike as well. There's Extinct finally getting level 5, and of course, will TP out from Mushi.
A lot of spells being used, but Furion just a little bit too aggressive there, being caught out.
You almost wonder if that's worth it though. They use a lot of money worth of TP scrolls just then.
It's worth it for Na'Vi for sure. Diving in and killing there 2-on-1, and then having 3 people TPing in and reacting to it. So basically they had 4 enemy heroes committed and they were only 2. So it's really, really good.
Then he's going to be staring down the barrel of something right now. But he's got the track up on Mushi, so he's not really scared about getting caught out. It's also another thing which doesn't work for Mushi. While this track is up on him, the movement speed allows anybody who's basically static linked to run away even faster.
Oh yeah, anyone close to him can just run away.
It's almost I would say he's the most important hero to track, because you have track on any other hero. If they're sitting next to Mushi, boom, you're away.
Yeah, so in that regard, Gondor is a pretty nice pickup against Razor, but it's one of the impacts he has. He wants to really have even more aggressive game though, because Funnick has really only been in 1 kill throughout this entire game.
Notice again this Hand of Midas lack of for Prophet. We're another 11.5 minutes in and not even the start of it.
He doesn't like it though. He just buys straight for a power treads. Seems to prefer that even more.
Mushy solo up on this top right now. He's going to be really careful about that. Remember the combination we're talking about with the Infest in? Horse has that off cooldown, 3 seconds time. He'd love to find a kill anywhere across the map. And I'm wondering too if SK is just here in the mid as support in case things go wrong. Or maybe not. Maybe they're here to spill some blood.
Was this spotted out by Na'Vi? Seems it wasn't.
Tower is under attack.
Puppey.
And just around the corner, smoke revealed, he gets Wild Wing. Armor won't let him live through this. He'll go down, Hand of God, Puppey, Raw had to be used.
Yeah, he forces the
But then again, we've got help coming in. Funnick's on the way. Look for the track over the Beastmaster, and a Vorce jumps out. The Burrow Strike doesn't go through, but Denny with a double coil. KYXY will go down. Chen for a Beastmaster and an SK with track gold.
Big win there for Na'Vi. Track with 4 heroes nearby. Really big, and also claiming the second kill.
Orange have to stop these trades, man. They're getting their split push down. Ohio's getting that right, but they've got to stop fighting. That's not even like an even trade. The even trades are horrible enough for them. They need to get the advantage back again. But look at Kuro, so aggressive back past the tier 1 tower. He wants to keep Orange at bay.
Yeah, Na'Vi's starting to pull ahead even more in the experience now. Up to about 4,000 experience ahead.
Is that track already up on Mushy? Target number uno. They want him.
Always put it on him, because if they track someone else and Razor starts chasing, then they might just run away with a tracked hero so that he doesn't give any speed. But as long as Razor is tracked, everyone should be safe.
Look at these key items arriving too. Horse building into the armlet. Dendy, he is now 100 gold away from having his Blink Dagger. 13 minutes in. Mushy went for high movement speed, drums, phase boots. And we'll see his next item shortly. Extinct, well, just happy to be level 7 now, so 4 levels up in that Burrow Strike. Mech is the build from the Beastmaster, so Aghanim's will have to wait. And Ohio attacking Funnick through the tree line. But Funnick also with phase boots, and against Ohio, he does have now 1.1k gold.
He does. A lot of gold starting to be accumulated there. And Razor, interesting to see that he didn't max out the Stag Link.
The crowd can applaud it. Yeah. Wonderful bottle trick from Na'Vi. Chen sends back, Denny uses the orb. He comes back full life, full mana, and also full bottle as well.
Yeah. That is a really nice little gimmick that you can use.
The only downside is it costs Chen some mana, but he has Arcane Boost now, so he doesn't really care.
He doesn't care at all about that. And Blink Dagger being up on Puck is such a good thing now. He can really start just going in. And Puck is an amazing hero against both SD, and we see a little bit of movement with it.
This is the reason why you fear jump heroes.
Yes.
You have to always be careful, especially jump heroes with a Lifestealer. Lifestealer, such a fantastic hero. Even with the nerf to open wounds, his synergy with other heroes is just perfect. And Denny coming in range of the tower. Orange realize what's going on here. They're bringing in almost everybody. Prophet can come in at a moment's notice, but already the whirlwind's going to start, and this is going to make it very difficult for Orange to get themselves into position to fight on top of the tier 1 tower. And if they want to try and stop the Wild Wing from doing what he's doing, they're going to put themselves at risk.
Yeah, Dendy wants to jump them, but not into the tower against all those spells. Yeah,
there's Twister right now in the middle lane. And no, jump in, Dendy! KYXY, silent stop, no raw. The mech charge did pop off, but Funnick in the back end. He already got Burrow Strike, but they get a double kill here. Triple kill in favor of all of Na'Vi. SD's on the run back, and Prophet didn't even bother to TP in. And Dendy, whoa, not your base. In he goes. Silence on net and range the tier 4 towers. Dendy, he does go down. Overcommitment, Funnick will TP out. That
still
is just
a track kill. It's still a track kill. So even though he's a carry dying there to dive right after a Shadow Demon, it's still a lot of gold that you get. And of course, he didn't give away any experience. So maybe not worth it, but still, it's okay.
He didn't give away a hell of a lot of gold either. Like that, he's 1 for 3 on a puck. Everyone else getting the kills. You got Horvorsed after his last game, where holding a gem was like holding a hot potato. Now he goes 4-0-4 on his lifesteal. Give him an extra set of hands. He'll hold everything for you, including all of his team.
Yeah, and we did mention it really early that Lifesteal will have to be the one to deal a lot of damage to the entire of Orange, but with this kind of farm, he really can. It is a scary hero when he gets this early omelet drums up.
Man, he's going to get even stronger now. Vladimir's offering up on Funnick. Already with having the feast and now with the extra lifesteal, killing him during a team fight, it's almost worthwhile to kill the bounty on Koro. Nightmare up on 1. He's still got Sprouted. That's some hatred. Nightmare. He only had one thing to do, and that was die. Mushy will take out yet another tower now.
Kill and a tower, so getting a lot there. He is starting to level up more into a static link, and he really needs it. He used it on Dandy in the last fight, and he can't really do that. He has to use it next year.
I was wondering if SK will be able to TP there in time, but they TP to the tier 2 tower as opposed to the tier 1.
Yeah. And they really have to get this static link going on Havost. Even though he's fast, Razor is also very fast.
Net could basically just pop right now. Maybe not. They go the SK. Dream Coil doesn't actually hit anybody in this fight, but they don't really care when Avors does this. 1-2 disruption. Couriers not dying at TI3. Avors, he had to armlet toggle. Armlet toggle quickly. The lightning's behind him. Dendy snipes off the back. Double kill for him. The armlet toggle continues. He's got to be careful with the plasma field. Mushy shuts him down. Funnick's looking for a little snipe off on somebody else. He'll come in behind Mushy. Denny's back in again. He wants a thrice. Maybe he can. Mushy. Shuri toss. Puppy. He needs a nuke. He throws at Mushy. Now he goes down. Denny picked up 3 on this bottom lane. Separated by time though, so no triple kill. Ohio wants Denny again. Can't face it. Hiding in the tree line. All down. Denny in from the corner. Koro's back. Barrett strike by the SK. No epicenter channel. He's already managed to pick up 1 though. Puppy's on the sideline. Now the epicenter starts off. A feed script holds him at bay. Koro lives long enough for Funnick to pick up another kill. Now they back up. Beastmaster, no Raw, and Chen. Puppy, he's got a troll trap. He's got a troll trap. There is no way to chase this. So Funnick maybe Axis evades. Fancy footwork. And harassment will force KYXY back.
And look at the gold now on Funnick, up to 1800. This fight is so worth it for Na'Vi. They want to have exactly this type of a game. The gold graph and the EXP graph both tell us exactly how this benefits Na'Vi.
Yeah, this looks just like the control.
Oh, they can't kill Dendy like that.
Were they trying to TP in on him?
Yeah, Furion tried to go in and slay him with his Shadow Blade and the ultimate, but Dendy, of course, can just orb away.
You got Phase Shift, you got Orb, you got Blink Dagger. The ability to kill off Dendy requires at least a stun. That means SD, even if SD's there, Dendy likes staying in Disruption because he's Blink Dagger, he won't be attacked. He'll come out of that with his blink off cooldown. And this is exactly what Orange had to do. They're behind the 8 ball, and the best thing you can do, try and basically sink one. And that's going to be Roshan's line points to pick up that Aegis.
This is going to be hella hard though.
Sentry wards are down. They can see Funnick in very, very close. Avors just says, screw it, I'll walk in. Use the troll to scout out inside the Rosh pit. One a little bit higher. Dendy. Oh, he's going to find Net. Now they jump out. Net. Well, actually, Havors jumped out too early. Now he uses one charge, but he still goes down, and the track got off from Funnick as well.
Jumped out a little bit too early there, but he has his basher delivered now. Coming on chicken. That Roshan was completely denied.
Ohio
Funnick
comes in, attacks once, puts the sprout up. Troll just standing there. Who's he going to hold the position? Extinct is the one. Funnick will go down now, but Avors goes on Extinct. Fingers grip again by Koro. Raw will cancel off, but Dendy jumps in. Big silence across 3 of them. KYXY wants to keep chasing this down as well. They've already lost 2 here, Na'Vi, for the price of picking up an SK.
And
track gold or not really worth it. And Puppy just wants to be a twit. Yep, denies it off.
Yeah.
But they'll go back in again to try this.
We are not really ready for fighting now, though. With this medallion again. Actually, medallion on the Beastmaster, yeah.
Wild Wing finds Boars. Somebody Stormbolt that. 17 to 13, and Orange, they do not want to risk anything. The Satyr also, again, they're scouting without risk to hero. But they got an Alpha Wolf also in this lineup. Bonus damage galore. And looks like they're going to do the trick again. But it's just like clockwork.
Sending home.
And Orange, the Wild Wings did not make that easy. Extinct even Burrow striking it to try and cancel it off.
I want to keep doing this. I think it's going to be hard. Again, invest into Dendy.
They're coming in. Where is it? They find one. They found KYXY. Orb into the pit. Wonderful destruction by Net. Will save his teammate's life for a little bit. KYXY gets a roar off because of it, but now you'll go down. Burrow strike through. Mushy, solo with life. He's just been sitting there attacking Miss Funnick with a double kill. Now all the rest of them. Dendy inside the pit. Roshan, he really hates Dendy. Hits him again. And a mega kill streak for the mid-solo puck of Na'Vi. And a bash up on SD. Triple kill for Funnick. And they will track down Mushy. The feed scripts off cooldown. Nowhere to go but down. SK sits back, but now Roshan, who's already half-life, can be claimed so simply by Na'Vi. Vlad's and lifesteal to go to work.
Yeah, this Roshan is not something that Orange can contest. 4 still on the sideline.
And Aegis the Immortal gets given to the most suicidal player.
It is so rewarded though. Jumping
yeah.
into Dandy and just following along. These 2 heroes having a jump in, silence, then infest damage.
You can already see him, man. Like Havors, he's such a team player with this too. 4-1-11 is his stats. 11 assists as well for Dendi. Funnily enough, the Bounty Hunter is the one that's claiming the last scalp to hang on his mantelpiece. He is 9-2-4 on Funnick. All the gold he's still giving to the rest of his team because the track bonus. Right now, we'll see if there's going to be more. Tier 2 tower is going to come under siege. And Havors just runs in behind. Who's he what? There's a disruption, so he'll go for net. But he's losing a lot of his damage. He's got to move faster than this. He's still static linked up. And Burrow Strike into the epicenter, holding him as it's actually the full epi. Havors, he'll just armlet toggle this into the sandstorm. Meanwhile, back in the main fight, we've got Mushi being orbed up. Dendy jumping from side to side. Mushi and Kuro bursting next to each other. It's a double kill for Dendi. KYXY on the run here. Havors rejoins the engagement. Open wounds. Beastmaster will be brought down. Track just before death as well. Dem monies rolling down the hill for Na'Vi. And Orange are getting a bit of a taste of exactly what they gave to Na'Vi in game 1.
Yeah, and Na'Vi want to play. They just go in early with Dandy. He knows he can escape out. And then it's just easy for Havors to go in. Gotta do a trick again with Puck. Wants to heal as much as possible, but he kind of orbed into the enemy base, so he doesn't want to go the full distance there.
Bit of a dangerous thing. Track's already up on net, so now Na'Vi have vision inside the base. They don't have a creep wave, and the town fortification just got used. I really wouldn't be surprised if they just back themselves off, because, oh, maybe not, it's Dendy and Havors!
And BKB finished up on the Bounty Hunter as well.
Yeah.
So he's also looking really dangerous in this fight.
Why back up to take outer towers when you know you can get a snipe off and just take racks? They even take the border fight for their own cause. Orange's beasts are turning against them here. And they'll look to go in deeper. The track up on the SK. And this will be merely racks. They've got to fight. Beastmaster Roar's available. Epicenter is not. SD will come back up in a moment, but almost looks like Orange are happy to accept them losing this, or are they? KYXY, silenced by Dandy, Dream Coil as well. He does jump back out again. Havors, they've picked up the SK. Now the Roar, but the mech charge keeps Kuro alive and being sent back to base. Well, that's going to be Beastmaster going down. Kuro gets sniped off by Ohio, but he's the only one to go down while Havors is chasing down the SD on the towers. And GG! Na'Vi will force this to a 3rd game. They will not drop to lower bracket yet, but who knows? Game 3, anything is possible here. The Malaysians showed in game number 1 they can win, but game number 2, Na'Vi showed they're no mucks.
It's 1-1. How many times have we seen Na'Vi go in on LAN and lose their first game in a best of 3 and then do exactly this?
Well,
it is not something that is unheard of.
It's definitely not unheard of, but of course the crowd love him for it. This is still, looking back over the game, man, I still want to give props to Orange. Their strat was fairly stable. The problem they ended up having was these combinations that jump in. We were talking about so much during the drafting stage. That combination of a Vorce Lifestealer and Dandy, be it Quap, be it Puck, be it whoever, it's their aggression they're searching for. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, and Na'Vi played so well against Razor, so well played Na'Vi for 2nd game.
Yeah, and of course, as we always do when we have ourselves at the end of a game, we jump back to the panel to get their expert thoughts.
Yes.
Thank you, Toby. Yeah, welcome back to the panel. So you guys called it. You said, all 3 of you said Na'Vi will probably win this game. Bruno, you mentioned as well that the DK wasn't the choice of pick that you wanted for Dandy.
Yes.
He got a puck, Dandy puck, 1-1.
It was really amazing. The Dandy pack on that game. Let me have the stats right here. He finished 10-3 and 15. This is his 2nd pack game of the tournament. The previous one, which I have right here as well, was about, okay, I lost it. It was 10-3 and 11. Again,
you're losing it, Statman.
I'd rather have paper than computers, but I don't know. That's just my thing. Anyways, the bottom line is that Dandy's pack is amazing. He played it incredibly well. He managed to go the aggression together with Bounty Hunter and Lifestealer. They did a great job. Ben, what do you think? Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
I was just like, chiming in with Phoenix Bounty Hunter and how he just roamed around the map throughout. Like at level 3, I think he just went for it and went everywhere and just kept Orange down and on their toes constantly, and all the track gold they got, and with Havos farming up the lifestealer meanwhile and getting all the kills off they did with the Bounty Hunter. It's just extremely well coordinated played by Na'Vi this time around.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they just gave Na'Vi way too much. Like Puppy on his Shen, they gave Dendi Puck instead of a weaker mid-hero, and they gave the Bounty Hunter too. I think Bounty Hunter just suits their playstyle so perfectly. All they want is early aggression. They want an early lead, and if you give them, even if it's even with the Bounty Hunter, you'll end up winning the mid-game. And that's what we saw. We saw relatively close early trades. Mushi got a couple of kills with the Razor, but the track kill was eventually too much for them. They had a lot of solutions for Havos Lifestealer. This is the hero that is like a classic Havos hero before the Weaver, and they had Razor with the Link, they had Razor Ultimate, they had the Boar, they had Primal Roar, they had just so many things, and the Demonic Purge. James pointed out that at level 7, the Shadow Demon didn't have his ultimate.
Yeah,
against the
Nets
Lifestealer.
at level 7 didn't actually get Demonic Purge.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, is this a mistake? So yeah, Orange didn't come out so strong in the mid game, and you're right, it really was the influence of Funnick on that bounty, just being able to play so well with his teammates. We actually saw in the early stages in the farm kind of war, it was Havos on his Lifestealer versus Mushi on the Razor, and it was really even, and actually Mushi got his drums first, and he was actually slightly ahead just because he got 2 kills bottom, but then just the small skirmishes when Dendi was able to kind of go aggressive and have backup from his teammates, the track gold made all the difference going into the mid game. And I believe we actually have a fight, one of the mid game fights here, where you can actually see Na'Vi take advantage of just how they can fight and just how much track gold they're going to get. And this is already when they were looking pretty damn good over by the Roche pit. And that was a nice save on the Beastmaster. And I also noticed that Na'Vi really wanted to bring down the Beastmaster almost every time, because it stops the mech, because he was the mech carrier. It also stops the Roar. So you put a lot of pressure onto the team, because if you were to go on to the Razor, you potentially actually have a harder time killing him when there's just a Beastmaster available. So I really liked Na'Vi's kind of who they picked to go on first. They were
definitely, and if you looked at this fight, Bounty Hunter got off track on all 5 targets. Yep. That's a ton of gold. The entire Na'Vi lineup was in the fights. They got off the Beastmaster. He was like on 100 HP by the time he got his Roar off on the Lifestealer, and there was nothing that Orange could really follow up with. So that fight just turned the tides completely of the game, because up until that point it's been sort of even. But what you saw middle lane with KYXY on the Beastmaster, he could do nothing because of Phoenix Bounty Hunter constantly roaming in and annoying him, leaving a lot of space for Dendi on the puck, even though he had a fairly rough early game compared to what he normally has. But he did end up with a Blink Dagger anyways, because of all the track goal and the good fights they had. So just all around good play by Na'Vi. Puppy was actually also slowed down in the jungle by the Furion, played by Ohio, I think.
Yeah.
And he did some good tree and blocks of the camps and had some wards out, so Chen couldn't help as early as he wanted to. So the fact that Phonic rotated and just did everything to help out the lanes played an important role early on for Na'Vi in this.
Yeah, one thing about Razor versus Lifestealer too, even if they were on farm early, Razor needs a BKB. Nags doesn't. So if you both have phase drums, Nags is going to contribute a lot more to the team fight. And Mushi didn't get his, I don't even know if he got BKB, but you have to have it on Razor, and that's one of the weaknesses of the hero. And he's pretty good. We've seen him a lot through this tournament, probably more so than any other, usually versus Outworld Devourer or Lifestealer. But like it or not, that hero just dies like a fly, especially to heavy magic damage from Puck. He doesn't even get affected by the passive too.
Yeah, I actually felt that Na'Vi's kind of just draft overall did take into account the Razor in a big way that they were playing against, just because, sure, you're like, okay, we've got a Lifestealer, that's not great versus the Razor, just because Static Link will go through, but the Bounty Hunter gives speed for your team to be able to remove themselves from Static Link, and also makes it harder for him to chase, and also the Bane.
Yeah.
When there's no BKB, holding him in place was just really, really nice. And Kurokai played a great Bane, and then Puck is available to destroy an SD, which a Puck does, and also the Sand King. So even if they didn't want to unleash onto Mushi, the supports had a real tough time versus Dendi and the team. And here's another team fight. And this was actually when they were going to chase Funnick on the bottom lane, and Funnick gets away, Static links up. This hits, they drop another sentry, but it's already too late. And this could have been a really big thing for them, because they needed Mushi to kind of get a little bit ahead in terms of farm compared to Havos on the Lifestealer. Not getting that kill He actually did get a double kill later, but that was quite a big moment.
They invested a lot of
wanted
effort
that.
into getting that kill on the bounty hunter, definitely. And I mean, they ended up getting the tower, but they spent 4 heroes doing so, and there was nothing that KYXY could do on the middle lane meanwhile. So they really needed to get that kill, especially because like they invest the sentry wards, they invest all the mana of all of their heroes, and they still let Phonic escape. I'm not even sure why they dealt so little damage. Did they miss target like with the Sand King and the Shadow Demon? It looked as if they didn't hit the bounty hunter because he was just standing there with like barely any HP, but he didn't die.
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised he got away.
So what about the Fab 5 that you were talking about earlier, Bruno? How does this match up to what you expected?
Well, of course the Weaver wasn't there, but now we're going to talk about the heroes of this match in particular. I think I actually was talking about this before the match started. These are 5 heroes that were not all in one side. These are from both sides, because I know Melk is looking very weird.
I'm looking at the Dark Seer.
No, we didn't have a Dark Seer. And it's a Razor. It's supposed to be a Razor, never mind.
What? There's a Razor next to Darks.
Yeah, it's a pointy-headed Razor.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean...
Anything with pointy heads or horns does very well.
Never mind, things are moving around. The interesting thing is that Net didn't play the Sand King, which was what we were expecting for, and it was extinct. Didn't do as much as we intended. There was a team fight where the one that we showed at the beginning where Mushi bought back, Sand King was just completely removed from the team fight. You need Sand King to be in the middle of things. It doesn't matter if he dies. You just, even if you can't pull off the entire epicenter, just getting a Burrow Strike is a lot.
I think we saw one epicenter, and it was when he was being held in place by Kurugi on the Bane Elemental. So all that really took damage from the epicenter was the 2 Wilkins from
the Chen. I mean, that was there. The Razor kind of paid off at the beginning, but great movement from Dandy and great movement from Kvos in not getting caught in the static link all the time. Made it really hard for Razor to actually function as it should. And again, I have to go back to Dandy's pack being amazing. I think that Navi finally understood that what they have to do is just play their game. Do not go into full, let's trade heroes just because. And if we're going to trade heroes just because, why not get a bounty hunter?
Exactly, like with Check and everything. And you could see how Navi just loves playing so aggressive. They dove into the base just to get a Shadow Demon. Dandy sacrificed his life, but hey, who cares? They got the track kill off.
Of course.
That's just the Navi style of playing. Russian Dota.
All right, so we're going to go into a final map in just a little moment. It's currently 1-1. What do Orange need to do? Because really, when you lose the last game, it's you who have to react in terms of, okay, now it's your turn to kind of outsmart your opponent. They're obviously going to be looking at that bounty hunter and being like, we're okay not fighting so aggressively. First game they got to fight a lot Orange, but they had the better lineup to do so. Second game, Na'Vi had the better lineup to fight. They seem like they both just want to brawl it out, but what do Orange need to consider in game number 3?
I personally would love to see one of the oldest matchups hero-wise with Chen and Enchantress running around after each other. I don't care which side gets the Chen and who gets the Enchantress, but Extinct versus Poppy on that. Me, myself being a Chen player, this is something I love watching. As you were saying, Net on a Sand King would be really cool to see. There's a lot of different stuff I'd like to see coming out of these teams. Just trademark heroes, and Mushi, Queen of Pain. These things would be really, really awesome to see. Now we've seen the Nature's Prophet, and now they finally lost with it, so I'm sort of over it. I want to see something else now, and I want to see some aggression coming out from Orange the same way we saw in Game 1, and I'm hoping they can bring it to Na'Vi.
What about you, Ben?
I'd like to see a TA. I think Mushi's TA is like ridiculously good.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fallen out of favor, but it's still a strong hero. People have been bringing back a lot of older heroes, Sand King, Earthshaker, Tidehunter even, and I think that those heroes are still strong. It's just fallen out of favor. They just need to pick it up. I think it fits well into the playstyle that they're trying to do too, which is just run around, fight a lot early, and TA is one of the best heroes at that. Doesn't even necessarily need a BKB either, but she is incredibly strong. But I think Orange needs to work on their draft. They banned Bounty Hunter first game, why not ban it second? They need to stick with what works. They had a good draft for game 1, didn't have a great one for game 2.
It was a decent draft.
It was decent, but with Na'Vi having like even heroes, it seems like Na'Vi takes it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Na'Vi had like we were saying, a lot of their trademark heroes, so to speak. Poppy on the Chen, obviously. Provost on the Lifestealer. Phonic on a Bounty Hunter. Dandy on a Puck.
Right.
So
Come on, you missed out Kurokai. You got to name him now. You named the other 4.
He's going to play Rubik.
He's got the Rubik. I don't want to give him Bane in the middle.
But that Bane, if he plays it once more, does well, then it's going to be a trademark, all right? It's going to become a thing, okay?
If they win, I'll
You'll consider it?
Yes.
Otherwise, you just left him out because he's not from Ukraine.
I just didn't want to exaggerate the trademark heroes, be like, hey, all 5 of them got a hero of their own, so I'll leave it to 4 heroes.
All right, and apparently they're not ready yet, guys. So, but I am interested to hear what you have to say, Bruno, in terms of on either of the teams, because we talked a little bit about, of course, what Orange might do in terms of banning the bounty. And Na'Vi, despite winning one game and losing one game, they're certainly not in the clear here. They can still go down to the lower bracket. I know they're a big kind of favourites to the fans and also the people who like to play on Dota Lounge with their rares. But what do Na'Vi have to be worried about when it comes to Orange?
Well, Na'Vi apparently has one Achilles heel. There was one hero, the only one hero in which, with which they were 0-2 in the preliminary stage, and that's Lifestealer. I mean, personally, I do not advocate Lifestealer picking because I think it's a boring hero. I think it's a very safe hero. I like to see something more flashy. I would like to see the return of the Morphling or something like that, which is more fun. But apparently, the two losses were the two losses Fnatic gave Na'Vi at the beginning of the preliminary stage. And then after that, Na'Vi said, we do not want to play against Lifestealer anymore. If for some reason Na'Vi doesn't ban them in the first banning stage, and Mushi can get his team with the Lifestealers in his hand, I think Na'Vi will have to hesitate a little bit.
But do you think that's because of Lifestealer, or just because Na'Vi has to warm up and ease into the tournament? Because Fnatic played them in their very first game, and an error on Lifestealer, of course,
well,
is...
I mean, it's both, but the thing about Lifestealer compared to, let's say, more standard carries like Anti-Mage is that if you have a bad start, he gets so into the game. He participates a lot since the beginning of the game. He doesn't have to wait maybe 15. We're not anymore in the times where Anti-Mage had to wait 40 minutes to come into a team fight. Now he can come 20, 25 minutes into the game. But when he does that, Lifestealer comes 10 minutes into the game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So if you have a bad start, and we saw Orange give them a bad time in the first game, if you have something like that with the Lifestealer in your hands, you get a quick armlet, you get a quick whatever you want, Desolator if you want to go super aggressive, and it will hurt them a lot.
Yeah, there's also another hero that we haven't seen played yet. I actually skipped away on the band and draft. I was signing interviews. It was ridiculous. Got my MQ. It's that one over there. Secret shot one, honest. But the Gyrocopter is someone that also can participate pretty early on, similar to a Lifestealer, and would have obviously benefited, in my opinion, more than a Razor would have. But probably banned out. But do you think, like, if you take away the Lifestealer, surely Na'Vi are going to lean towards their Gyro? Because their Gyro is fantastic.
I don't think so. I think with the current ban phase, I think it's more... There's bigger chances of Weaver seeing play again. I think Na'Vi wants to stick with heroes they can play very aggressive with and still not be as squishy. I know Weaver is a squishy hero, but it has like 2 escape abilities, whereas Gyrocopter needs the BKB to actually survive through team fights. Something neither Lifestealer or Weaver has to worry too much about. So I don't think Gyrocopter is the way Na'Vi's going to go throughout the rest of the tournament. I don't think we'll see much of that.
All right, well, we'll see if that's going to be the case, because we're about ready to throw it into game number 3 between Na'Vi and Orange. So once again, we're going to throw it back to the hall. Hope you guys are enjoying the tournament thus far. We've got great games coming up.